Welcome to Warnick's Parent-Teacher Conference sign-up system. I'm going to show you how to create an account, log into the system, and sign up for conferences. So the first thing you need to do is you need to click the link right above this movie, and it'll bring you to this web page. And then what you're going to do is you're going to enter in an email address and a password to create an account. So let me enter in an email address, and let's just say parent at, I don't know, parenting.com, and I will give myself a password. And then you'll see there's a login create account button. You're going to use the same button every time you come in, but after you go through this the first time and you verify some information, you'll get to skip the create account section. So let me click on this. And now you'll see that it brings me to this place where it asks me to verify some information and to give a little bit more. And this will create my account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter in my email address again. Okay, and please make sure they match up. And when you pick an email address, make sure you use one that you check regularly because the system is going to send you reminders to remind you about what time you signed up. And then I'll put in my name, and I'm going to put in Warnick Parent. And then I need to confirm my password, so I'll do that. And I click OK, and now I'm logged into the system. Now that I'm logged into the system, what I need to do is I need to associate students with my account. In order to do this, you need to put in your student's name and their birthday. This is kind of our security measure. So in order to put in their name, you're going to put in their first name and then an underscore and their last name. No spaces. So I actually have a student that is named First Grader. Okay? And the student's birthday I'm going to put in. This student's birthday is January 1st, 2001. But when I put the birthday in, it has a very specific format, as you can see right here. The birthday needs to be month, day, year, and it needs to be in two-digit format for the month, the day, and the year. So like with the month of April here, as you can see, they have put a leading 0 because 4 is a single digit. So you actually need to put in two digits. So for my student who's born in January, I'm actually going to put in 01 / 01 for the date / 01 for the year. Okay, and I'll click add, and now my student is added to me. Then you'll notice the 2 days that we have conferences are available here. So I'm going to click on November 6th to add some conferences. And now over here, here's my student, and here are the available conferences. Up in the legend, you'll notice that I have 2 teachers, Maura Elah and Mr. Decker, because my student is in 1A. And Mr. Decker's set is green, and Maura Elah's is this blue. So in order to schedule a conference with Mr. Decker, I just need to click on one of these areas that I want to schedule. Now, you'll notice that this is a half hour marked off, but all of the conferences with general studies staff are only 25 minutes. So even though it says half an hour here, they're only 25 minutes because they need 5 minutes at the end of the conference to prepare for the next one. So in order to take this first one from Mr. Decker, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on it. And then it's going to ask you to confirm that you want to receive an email, and I suggest that you do. So just click Create Appointment. And now you'll notice that this has turned black. And as you can read from the legend, that means that I have taken this time from Mr. Decker. Now, Maura Elah is a special case for grade 1A because she teaches both Hebrew and Judaic studies. For a majority of the other K through 4 classes, you're actually going to see 3 teachers here. A Jewish studies teacher, a Hebrew teacher, and a general studies teacher. And you should schedule a conference with all 3 of them. Now, to use my time wisely, what I'm going to do is I'm going to schedule a time right after my conference with Mr. Decker. So I'll click on 1:30 here, and I'll take the 1:30 time. But as I said before, Maura Elah actually teaches 2 classes for my students, so I should probably take 2 times. So I'm going to take some back to back. Okay? Now, I actually have another student, and this student is a 5th grader. So this student's name is 5th_grader, and I'm going to put in her birthday, and then I'll click add, and you'll notice that I get another section here to schedule some more conferences. And if we look up here now, you'll see that 5th grader is in Miss Simke's class, and her color is red. But you'll also notice that Miss Lewin is made available. Miss Lewin is taking conferences with 5th grade parents who want to discuss middle school. So if you'd like to talk to Miss Lewin about middle school, please go ahead and schedule a 25-minute conference with her, similar to the way you do with other teachers. Now, I'm going to choose a different day because I think that maybe I have enough conferences for Thursday already. So I'm going to click on November 7th, and it will give me the conferences for November 7th. And you'll notice that the times changed a little bit. Conferences run from 8:30 to 3 on Friday, but they run from 1 to 7 on Thursday. So anyway, I'm going to take a time with Miss Simke, and I'll just take her first one of the day here. And I'll create an appointment, and then you know what, I'll take one with Miss Lewin right afterwards, and I'll create my appointment there. And I actually have another student, and this is a 7th grader. And so I'll put my 7th grader's name in, and then I will put in his birthday. And it will add him, and you'll notice now that I now have another section for the 7th grader. My 7th grader has Miss Krzika as his advisor, so she shows up as green here. However, she doesn't have any conferences available on Friday. That's because the middle school conferences are only on Thursday. So let's go back to Thursday, and now you'll notice that she has conferences made available. Since middle school is only available on Thursday, instead of starting at 1, they will be starting at 10 a.m. So what I'm going to do is I'll take a conference from her, and I'll take the 10 a.m. slot, and I'll hit Create Appointment. You'll notice that with the 5th grade and all the middle schools that there are no Hebrew and Judaic studies teachers or math teachers or anything like that, because the general studies teacher in the case of the 5th grade and the advisors in the case of the middle school will have all the information from those other teachers. So you can ask questions then, and they'll have that information to give to you at that point. Okay, so now what I've done is I've created all my conferences. And if you want to print out a schedule, you can come up here and click Print Schedule. And you'll notice that everything in here is ready for you. So I have a conference scheduled at 10 a.m. with Miss Krzika, and my student is the 7th grader. Now the room is listed here, but don't give this much attention because this is just a guess as to where the rooms will be for the conferences. Though that information will be given to you on the day of the conference. But it's listed in chronological order. So my first conference of the day is at 10 a.m. on November 6th with Miss Krzika with this student. And then I have Mr. Decker and more Ilah for back-to-back conferences. And then you'll notice that the next day I have Miss Simke at 8:30 and I have Miss Lewin at 9 o'clock. So I can print this, and it's a nice schedule to have. But let's go back and let me show you how to make some changes. If you want to make changes, come up here to the Your Schedule button, click on it, and it will take you to all these things. You can choose to cancel your conference if you want, or more likely you'll change a conference time. So maybe I've decided that meeting with Miss Simke on Thursday is not a good use of my time, that I should actually get all my conferences out of the way the same day. So I'm going to click on Change Time. And now it says Select a New Time. Now I need to make sure that I match up my color here, and Miss Simke is yellow. So I need to find a time with Miss Simke. I have Miss Krzika at 10 a.m. I have Mr. Decker at 1 p.m. and I have more Ilah at 1:30. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take Miss Simke at 2 o'clock. I'll hit the Change Appointment button, and you'll notice that it's now changed, and the conference that I had scheduled for Thursday is now removed. So if I go to the principal's schedule, it is now moved. Okay? If you have any questions about the system, please contact Carolyn McConnell or Dorian Pape, and they will answer all of your questions. Enjoy your conferences, and I'll talk to you later.